Now is 9:40 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time on the 26th of March 2026. I just concluded the NGC 3250 to 3299 series, and given the fact the moon is progressing and I would like to make some more progress with the Quattro's NGC Tour, I thought we would just go ahead and grab another 50. I did go inside to warm up. It is a bit chilly out tonight. So what we're looking at here is Messier 95, and it's a 60-second exposure. We've gotten 3 stacks already. I'm going to play with the histogram to beautify it a little bit. I'll give you some data on Messier 95. Looks like it's got a ring around it. Okay, that's a quite attractive view right there. I'm going to try 120-second exposure just as an experiment, but I'll let you know about that. Okay, Messier 95 is a galaxy in Leo, magnitude 9.7. Kind of a little bit small for magnitude 9.7, 7.3 by 4.4 arc minutes. We've seen 11th magnitude galaxies with those dimensions. 38 million light years distant, so it's probably no more than 75,000 light years in diameter. There is no listing in the Messier for the type of galaxy that it is in terms of its morphology, Hubble divaculators. Its right ascension is 10 hours, 43 minutes, 57 seconds, with a declination of plus 11 degrees, 42 minutes, and 10 seconds. One more little play with the histogram, darkening things up, giving it that more of the digital sky survey image with that's available on the skylive.com. I'm going to try that. We've got quite a few studies to do tonight, but I am going to try 120 seconds just to see how well it tracks. Well, I didn't get any stars, so apparently the tracking wasn't that good. All we've got is a very black background sky based on the original histogram settings that I've set up. Going back to my other ones, we're back to that view at about 60 seconds. So let's go ahead and get started on the NGC 3300 to 3349 series this evening. NGC 3300 is centered up rather nicely. It's a galaxy in Leo. Magnitude 12.1, 1.7 by 0.9 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, the lenticular class, 133 million light years distant. Right ascension is 1036.38 with a declination of plus 14 degrees, 10 minutes, and 15 seconds. Let's make sure we're up to our 105x view. NGC 3301 is also quite visible in the field. It's got a nice edgy on presentation. This is also known as NGC 3760, so forget that. That's way off. I checked the right ascension first before I went to it. It's magnitude 11.4, 3.3 by 1 arc minute galaxy in Leo, spiral with a bar, lenticular lowercase a, very brilliant core. Has a bar, which typically means that the core is spreading out. The rotational speed is so high that various stars are actually migrating away from the core. Maybe because they're trying to get away from that black hole. It's the center of most galaxies. 3301, 65 million light years distant. That puts it at roughly 55,000 light years in diameter. RA 1036.55. Declination plus 2152.54. Got to move quickly. Lots of studies in this series. NGC 3303 is kind of a faintish galaxy, isn't it? Magnitude 14.5. Looks like there's a star nearby. 1.7 by 1.3 arc minutes, spiral lowercase bc. Could have a neighbor. 287 million light years distant. Puts the size maybe at 115,000 light years in diameter. RA 1036.59 with a declination of plus 1808 and 12. Let's make sure we have that 105x view. It does look like a pair of galaxies, doesn't it? NGC 3304 is unlikely to be that really nice edge-on galaxy. It's in Leo Minor, magnitude 13.4. I suspect it's this one here. Let's check out its morphology. 1.4 by 0.5, 3 to 1 aspect ratio. Yeah, that works okay. I see the extension. Spiral, the bar, lowercase a, 314 million light years distant, maybe 115,000 light years in diameter. RA 103737, declination plus 37, 27, 21. NGC 3305 is kind of a deep souther, so I suspect that may be it. Galaxy and Hydra, magnitude 12.8, 1.1 by 1.1, elliptical. Yeah, that works pretty good. 177 million light years distant means it's probably somewhere around 60K light years in diameter. RA is 103611 with a declination of minus 27 degrees, 9 minutes 43 seconds. Let's make sure we get our full magnification view. This galaxy is among friends. NGC 3305. NGC 3306 is a galaxy in Leo. It's right there, I believe, on the field. Magnitude 13.5, should just be detectable in a 12-inch scope. Spiral with a bar, 137 million light years distant, maybe 50K in diameter. RA 103710, declination plus 12 degrees, 39 minutes 8 seconds. Yep, there's our view. NGC 3307. Well, that's probably not one of those bright ones there that are easily visible. It's a galaxy in Hydra, magnitude 14.5, 0.9 by 0.3 arc minutes, spiral with the bar, lenticular A, 170 million light years distant, so maybe 55K. RA is 103617, declination minus 27 degrees, 31 minutes 46 seconds. Not a bad view for that far south. Look at all this string of galaxies. I'm sure we're going to turn more of them up in this series. Okay, without navigating and probably having to be doing some research on adventuresindeepspace.com, we're looking for NGC 3308, Galaxy Hydra, magnitude 11.9, maybe the brightest, 1.7 by 1.3 arc minutes, spiral with a lenticular bar and a bar. So maybe this one here. We started west, we're heading east. 160 million light years distant, 1.7 by 1.3. That puts it at about 110K. Right ascension 103622, declination minus 27, 2616. And there's a Goldus, two very bright stars right in the field, probably magnitude 4 or such. Continuing with our Hydra series, NGC 3309, Galaxy, magnitude 11.6. Very bright, 2.4 by 2.1 arc minute elliptical, 180 million light years distant, maybe 115K. RA is 103635 with a declination once again of minus 27 degrees, 31 minutes and 5 seconds. 3311, maybe we're up to here. I haven't shifted it. Magnitude 11.6, 3.7 by 3 arc minutes. Now, this is going to be a fairly large one, but it's going to be relatively face on. This one looks fairly large, but we are down south. It's an elliptical class 2, 167 million light years, probably 150K in diameter. RA is 103642. Declination minus 27 degrees, 31 minutes, 41 seconds. Any more? Yes, indeed. NGC 3312 is a galaxy in Hydra, same region, magnitude 11.9, 3.3 by 1.2 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase b, and an annularity. So it doesn't have as much of a core presence. Perhaps this one here. 130 million light years distant puts it maybe at about 140K in diameter. RA 103702 with a declination of minus 27, 3355. More. Okay, this one is a little bit further north, so we're not going to stay with this crew. NGC 3313, Galaxy and Hydra. See if we can make it out. Possibly. Magnitude 11.4, 3.9 by 3.2 arc minutes. I'm not liking that. Okay, well, maybe it is that one, but it certainly doesn't seem that bright. Magnitude 11 point and that large. Spire with a bar, lowercase ab, and an angularity. Okay, we're still going to assume that's our galaxy. Push it up to 150x. 163 million light years distant puts this one maybe 200K in diameter. RA is 1037.25 with a declination of minus 25, 1907. My hands are getting chilled. Back down into that group of Hydra galaxies we saw earlier. We're probably going after this one here because it's faint. NGC 3314, magnitude Galaxy and Hydra, magnitude 14, so it could be visual or it could be photographic. 1.5 by 0.7 arc minutes, spire with a bar, lowercase a, and peculiarities. 158 million light years distant, maybe 70,000 light years in diameter. Kind of liking this galaxy here. Right ascension 1037.12, declination minus 2741.03. Does kind of make sense that it would end up being this one because we kind of trailed through all of these. Although it's rather bright, there also appears to be something right there. AdventuresInDeepSpace.com. Okay, there's also a 3315. Let's see if it maps. It's a Galaxy and Hydra, magnitude 13.4, 1.1 by 1 arc minute lenticular. Possibly. 169 million light years distant, so maybe 70K in diameter. RA 1037.19 with a declination of minus 2711.30. More? Yes, indeed, Moss. NGC 3316, Galaxy Hydra, magnitude 12.6. Okay, let's get the dimensions on it. Okay, that's probably it then. 1.4 by 1.2 arc minutes, spire with a bar, lenticular class. 181 million light years distant, so maybe 65,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1037.37, declination minus 2735.38. I'm going to see if I can spread all of these here. Maybe boost the magnification a little bit so we can get more of them. And then head out. By the way, NGC 3317 was a star in the same region. NGC 3321 is also 22. It's a Galaxy and Hydra, magnitude 14, 2.5 by 1.2, so fairly large. I suspect this is it, although we're seeing some extensions on it. Let's push it up to our 105x view. Spire with lowercase c, that explains it. That pretty much well matches. 111 million light years distant means it's probably 75,000 light years in diameter. RA 1038.50 with a declination of minus 1138.56. I think it warrants a little magnification and some more photons. NGC 3323 is further north. It's a galaxy in Leo Minor, magnitude 13.3. That works for me. 1.3 by 0.7, that kind of works. Spire with a bar and peculiarities. Yeah, it definitely has some texture to it. 234 million light years distant, puts it probably somewhere around 85,000 light years in diameter. RA is 1039.39. Declination of plus 25 degrees, 19 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's push the magnification up and get a look at some of that texture in NGC 3323. NGC 3325 is a galaxy in sextants, right in the middle of the field. Magnitude 12.7, 1.2 by 1.1, elliptical. 252 million light years distant, means it's probably 70K in diameter. RA is 1039.20 with a declination of right almost spot on, 0 degrees, 12 minutes, and 1 second in the more southerly direction. pushing up the magnification and then heading out. NGC 3326 is that bright galaxy, no doubt, in sextants, magnitude 13.7, small, 0.6 by 0.6 arc minute, spiral with lowercase a, 363 million light years distant, maybe 80K in diameter. There are some other galaxies in the field. RA 103931 with a declination of plus 5 degrees, 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Let's frame them all. Get them up. Oh, I hate when that happens. Come on. Recover. There we go. NGC 3327 is a galaxy in Leo Minor, and it was visible from the beginning at the 30x field. Magnitude 13.4, 1.1 by 0.8 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase b, and an annularity, warranting going up to 150x. 285 million light years distant means it's probably somewhere around 70,000 light years in diameter. RA 103957 with a declination of plus 24 degrees, 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Kind of getting hints of the annularity. That looks a little better. I just manually adjusted the histogram, and I do believe we are getting hints of that annularity, which is typically 4 magnitudes fainter, so 17.5, wow. NGC 3331 is a galaxy in Hydra, magnitude 13.2. Let's see, there's something faint there. 1.2 by 0.9, that's kind of largish, yeah. Spiral with a bar, lowercase c, oh yeah, it doesn't have much of a core at all. 158 million light years distant means it's probably somewhere around 60K. RA 104008 with a declination of minus 23, 4915. NGC 3332 is a galaxy in Leo. Surprise, surprise. It's also 3342. It's magnitude 12.3, 1.4 by 1.4 arc minute size lenticular, 265 million light years distance, so probably 100,000 light years in diameter. RA 104028 with a declination of plus 9 degrees, 10 minutes and 57 seconds. NGC 3334 is a galaxy, and it could be one of these two. Let's give it the description. You can vote. In Leo Minor, magnitude 12.8, 1.1 by 1 arc minute sized lenticular spiral. 322 million light years distant, maybe 95,000 light years in diameter. I know what my vote's going to. RA 104131 with a declination of plus 37 degrees, 18 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's see if it has much more to give and to show, and head out. NGC 3335 is a galaxy in deep south. It's in Hydra, magnitude 13, 1.1 by 0.9 arc minutes. Got a vaguer one here and a more condensed one there, here, there, and everywhere. It's a galaxy everywhere. Magnitude 13, spiral with a bar, lenticular A. So it's got a bright core. I'm going to go for this one now. 168 million light years distant, so maybe 70,000 light years in diameter. RA is 103934, declination minus 23, 55, 21. NGC 3336 is galaxy in Hydra once again, down somewhere near that group. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing a faint galaxy there, but it's magnitude 12.3. So, 2 by 1.6 arc minutes. Yeah, that's pretty large. Let's get the spiral with a bar and a lowercase c. So, yeah, we might be able to go with that because it's a lowercase c. 178 million light years distant, puts it right around 100K in diameter. RA is 104016 with a declination of minus 27 degrees, 46 minutes, 38 seconds. Should put us in the region of that other group of galaxies we saw earlier, but they should be to the west. And maybe, oh well, let's head out. This is probably our NGC 3336. NGC 3337 is a galaxy in sextans, magnitude 15.3. Well, that could be it if we're further north, and we are. We're above the celestial equator. It's also quite small, 0.6 by 0.3 arc-minute spiral, 361 million light years distant, maybe 70K in diameter, RA 104147, with a declination of plus 4 degrees, 59 minutes and 18 seconds. NGC 3338 is visible in the middle of the field. That's over magnification there. It is a galaxy in Leo, magnitude 11.1, large, 5.7 by 3.4 arc-minute, spiral with lowercase c, 60 million light years distant, so maybe 100K in diameter, RA 104207, with a declination of plus 13, 44, and 49. Probably warrants some magnification and a little bit of play with the histogram, because it is a kind of a splendid look of a galaxy, and we're starting to bring out some texture with the histogram adjustments. NGC 3339 is also 3340. Magnitude 13.9, 1.2 by 0.7 arc-minute spiral. 247 million light years distant, puts it at about 70,000 light years in diameter, quite visible in the middle of the field. And of course, I left the histogram set up for aesthetics. I will go back to the other setting in a second. Right ascension is 1042.18. Declination is minus 22 minutes 36 seconds, sitting right on the celestial equator. Let's watch it get brighter, and a little more detail comes out when we put the auto histogrammic setting on and lose some of that aesthetic. NGC 3341 is a galaxy in sextans, magnitude 14.9. Well, this one is kind of faint, but not likely to be 14.9. It's 1.2 by 0.4 arc minutes. So maybe we want to push it a little bit. 375 million light years distant, maybe 120K in diameter. It's a galaxy. This is called a peculiar galaxy. RA 104231, declination plus 5, O2 36. Centering it up and going back for our 105x view, and there we have it. NGC 3344, 3344, you don't have to shine for me, but you can't help yourself. 3344 is a galaxy in Leo Minor, magnitude 9.9, sub 10, 7.1 by 6.8 arc-minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, and an annularity. 23 million light years distance, so not very big. Maybe 40,000 light years in diameter. I'm going to go to the auto histogram setting and see if it brings out anything. Ooh, it decided to darken up the galaxy. Interesting. Oh, maybe I put it on. Oh, I had it on my settings. Okay. This is the auto histogram setting. Right ascension is 1043.31 with a declination plus 24 degrees, 55 minutes and 20 seconds. I do want to play with the histogram just a little bit, and I do believe it has enhanced the visibility of texture in the galaxy, especially this dark region right there spinning off towards the east. NGC 3346, I think I'll leave the histogram right where it's at initially. Magnitude 11.7 galaxy in Leo, 2.7 by 2.6 arc-minute, spiral with a bar, lowercase c, 58 million light years distant, maybe 45,000 light years in diameter. RA is 10:43:38 with a declination of plus 14 degrees, 52 minutes and 18 seconds. Going to auto histogram, it brightens up and does bring out a little bit more of the frontier. Our last study for the evening in the NGC 3300 to 3349 series is, in fact, NGC 3349. It's a magnitude 15.2 galaxy. All right. 0.5 by 0.5 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase c, so it doesn't have much of a core, which is probably why it's so faint. 369 million light years distant, maybe 65,000 light years in diameter. It's at RA 104350 with a declination of plus 6 degrees, 45 minutes and 46 seconds. The aspect ratio on this is too extreme. It's quite bright. This is probably our galaxy right here. It's going to take some research, and you know where to do it. And I may actually do it tomorrow, but we'll see, because I've got two NGC. I got a century that I've dealt with today. Well, actually, a century that's split between two different millennia or centuries. Anyway, this is our 3349 galaxy in Leo, magnitude 15.2. It's probably somewhere around magnitude 14.7 in visual magnitude. All right, we're off to Messier 96, which I think gives a slightly better view than Messier 95 did earlier. It's a galaxy, of course, in Leo, magnitude 9.3, 7.8 by 5.2 arc minutes, 38 million light years distant, probably puts it about 65,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension is 1046.45 with a declination of plus 11:49:10. I am going to go warm my hands up and allow this to run several stacks at 60 seconds. I don't think we're going to be able to do 2-minute stacks, but let's give this one a shot for our Carpe Noctem view. Well, we got 7 stacks. None were ignored, with a total exposure time of 420 seconds on Messier 96. Plenty of luminosity, which means gives me plenty of chance to play with the histogram. See if we can come up with something that looks roughly like it might come out of the Digitized Sky Survey. Well, a little too dark there. The problem is the stars are a little large. We can back off. Let's go back to 75x view. And I think that's probably our most attractive magnification for stars. We are getting a little bit of duplication in the stars, I think, perhaps. Maybe not, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to call this our Carpe Noctem view of Messier 96 in Leo.